Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. This is an incredibly restorative and relaxing guided meditation. This is a practice dating back over 1,000 years. Yoga Nidra translates to yogic sleep. So it's actually a practice that takes you into the different stages of sleep, in particular the theta and delta brainwave states that are associated with deep meditation, dreaming, deep dreamless state, loss of body awareness. This is when the body truly comes into balance and deep healing takes place. And the incredible thing about Yoga Nidra is that they say that 45 minutes of Yoga Nidra equals about 3 hours of average sleep, because Yoga Nidra takes the practitioner into those super restorative states very quickly, as opposed to needing 7 hours and only getting, however much restorative sleep during that time. Yoga Nidra takes you quickly into those states. And this is when the human growth hormone is produced. This is where GABA is increased, serotonin, melatonin, cortisol decreases, catecholamines, the fight or flight hormones, those are lowered. The heart rate and the blood pressure lowers. It's an alternating between the left and right hemisphere of the brain. So although you are in this deep state of relaxation, you are actually still conscious, which is kind of the magic component of Yoga Nidra. So this practice is really all about you simply laying down comfortably for about 30 to 45 minutes as I guide you through different stages of this practice, different stages of feeling and sensation, visualization, stillness. So what you will need for this experience is 30 to 45 minutes of uninterrupted time for yourself. So if you have anyone in your household or an animal or a phone that might interrupt you in the next 45 minutes, go ahead and let them know that you would like to have time to yourself uninterrupted. Make sure you're comfortable lying down. If you need a bolster or a blanket under your knees, you can grab one of those so that your back doesn't get achy. You can lie on the floor, on a yoga mat, on a couch, on a bed. I recommend a cushion or a pillow underneath your head, because we're going to be lying still for a while. You want to be super comfortable. If you have an eye pillow or a towel to lay over your eyes, that's also very nice. Essential oils, if you like that. Make sure the lighting in your space is nice. Anything that you would normally do just to have a really beautiful environment in which you can relax and meditate. So if you need to pause this and gather up your things and set up your space, do so now and then return. So an important component to Yoga Nidra is there's really so much to it. You can actually kind of change, not only can you change the brainwave patterns, but you can also change deep-rooted thinking patterns and beliefs with this practice as well. It's kind of like planting seeds deep into your subconscious, and the more that you practice, those seeds can actually kind of rise up to the conscious mind. So that's something that I can talk more about another time, but I do want to introduce the idea of intention, or what in Sanskrit is called sankalpa. So it's basically the intention, the idea, the seed you're going to plant during this practice. It's a statement that at a certain point I will, for tonight's practice, I will say out loud myself, but it's one that you repeat silently to yourself. You can create your own sankalpa for your own Yoga Nidra practices. And it's basically a statement in real time of something that you wish to manifest or become a reality. So for tonight's practice, the sankalpa is going to be, I experience my body in balance, my mind at peace. That's tonight's intention that we are all going to share, or today's intention, depending on what time you're listening to this. I experience my body in balance, my mind at peace. That is the seed that we are planting deep into the subconscious in this practice. Okay? If you're familiar with Yoga Nidra, you have your own Sankalpa. Feel free to use that, but that's the one I'm going to offer tonight. So what I'm going to have you do is make sure everything is ready, but we are going to start with just a little bit of movement first before we become still. And I can, we can all lie on our backs now. We'll at least get that close to where we're going to end up. So go ahead and lay down flat onto your backs. And go ahead and just take some time to get relatively comfortable. We're just going to move a little bit, bending the knees and turning the head. Nothing too major. So all I ask is that you stay connected to my voice throughout this practice, and you do your best to remain still, ultimately. Once I get us into a place of stillness, try not to fidget. Try to just be still and stay out of your thinking mind as much as you can, and just allow yourself to be guided by my voice. Okay, so we'll start simply with just a nice deep inhale. And then let this one go out your mouth fully and completely. Do that again, in through the nose. And let it go. One more time in. And exhale. Now we're going to bring some gentle movement into the body just to help us kind of disengage from, any busyness that we may still be kind of attached to or clinging to from our day. I'm going to move down into the body. So go ahead and just draw both knees into your chest. You can wrap your hands around them. And then just rocking a little bit, massaging the lower back. If you feel like curling into a little ball and tucking your chin, go right ahead, squeezing everything in nice and tight. And then gently just lay the shoulders and the head back down. And then as you're ready, you can place your feet down. Keep your knees bent. Release your arms by your sides. And then inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up, however high is comfortable for you. And then exhale, slowly lower them back down, tucking your tailbone under, flattening your back as you drop those hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Take your knees back into your chest. Maybe take them a little wider this time. Rock a little bit more, releasing any tension still remaining in the lower back or the shoulders. And then whenever you're ready, gently just lay the body flat. Feel free to drape your knees over bolster or a pillow for support. Arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Go ahead and just wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit. continue breathing nice and steadily. And then go ahead and just turn your head slowly from side to side. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. And then come back into center. Move your jaw around a little bit. Loosen up the jaw in case you're clenching there unconsciously. Roll your eyes around underneath the eyelids. Circles in both directions. And then take another nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. If you have an eye pillow, you can feel free to lay that over your eyes at this time. So we will begin now by making a conscious decision to stay conscious. So committing to stay connected to my voice, committing to staying awake, although you may enter very, very deep, detached states. Your intention is to stay present. And we will now fully begin the practice of Yoga Nidra. Taking a nice steady breath in through the nose. Imagine the breath going all the way down to the toes and out to the fingertips, crown of the head, the front and the back body. And exhale. Inhale. If you're a visual person, you might imagine light extending outward from the torso, from the heart center, all the way up the arms and the legs to the fingers and toes, the crown. And then dimming as you exhale. Inhaling once again, filling up. Consciously relaxing a little bit more as you exhale. Breathing in. Relax a little bit more as you exhale. And now continue to breathe slowly, relatively effortlessly. And as you breathe, I'm going to have you add internally the mantra or sound of so hum. So as you inhale silently to yourself, you will hear in your own mind, you will say in your own mind silently, the sound so. Nice and long, a so, for the entire length of your inhale. And then as you exhale, the sound hum, H-U-M, extended, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Continue breathing and repeating that mantra, so, hum. So, hum translates to I am that, or I am. And you're simply repeating to yourself, I am that. I am that peace, that sense of freedom, that sense of spaciousness, love, whatever it is that is beneath thoughts, beneath sensation, beneath ideas. That is what you are identifying with. Not all of those other things we identify with generally. It's that sense of pure peace that we are aligning with right now and identifying with. So hum, I am that. Stay with it. So hum. And now let go of the mantra. Let go of any effort and just be. Relax and let go even more. When thoughts appear, simply notice them just like clouds drifting by and let them continue just to flow by without attaching, without engaging. Remain open completely. And now tuning into the body, the right arm. Imagine the right arm. Feel the right arm heavy, as though it were made of lead. And now feel it light, as though it were a hollow reed. And now neutral. And the left arm now, feeling so heavy. Weighted down by gravity. And now light, as though it were a balloon. And now neutral. And the right leg now, the entire right leg, heavy, dense, solid like granite. And now that right leg light, weightless. And now neutral. And the left leg, heavy, sinking into the earth. You couldn't even lift it if you tried. And now light, hollow, almost floating. And then neutral. And the head, like a stone, resting into the earth. And now light, like a feather. And then neutral. And now the torso, dense, heavy, pulled to the earth by gravity. And now light, being released. Almost lifting. And now neutral. And now the whole body, both arms, both legs, torso and head, heavy, sinking into the earth, almost imprinting. So heavy and dense. And now light, floating up off the earth. And then heavy once again. And light. And neutral. And now allow the experience of emotions to come into the body as I name them. Deep sadness, just the feeling of deep sadness. And now pure joy, feeling of joy. And now anger, feeling of anger. And now the feeling of peace and calm. Acceptance. And now the feeling of envy, jealousy. And now the feeling of love and support, appreciation. And now detach. Detach from feeling any residual emotion that might still be present. Just allow it to dissolve. Dropping back further and further and further beneath emotions, feelings, ideas, images. Allow yourself to merge completely with the experience of pure consciousness, pure awareness, completely detached, infinitely expansive, if thoughts, images, or sensations arise, just allow them to be and then dissolve. Remain detached, open, expansive. And now it's time to plant that seed of intention into this practice. Allow this statement to enter into your field of consciousness and to be planted deep down into fertile soil of manifestation and possibility. I experience my body in balance, my mind at peace. I experience my body in balance, my mind at peace. I experience my body in balance, my mind at peace. Repeat silently 3 more times to yourself. And then simply surrender, let go of any effort or will, and simply know that a very potent seed has been planted. Rest in that knowing. Nothing else to do other than starting once again to be aware of the breath without adjusting it. Simply notice once again the breath flowing in and out of the body. And now slowly begin to deepen that breath. Feel the belly and the chest expand on the inhales and relax on the exhales. If you're a visual person, once again, you can imagine light filling up the body on your breath in, maybe overflowing into the arms and legs, and then softening as you exhale and let it go. On your next inhale, hold the breath in for just a moment, and then exhale, slowly let it go. Once again, breathe in. Hold for a moment, and then let it go either out the nose or the mouth, whichever feels more natural. And then in and release. Start to bring a little bit of movement back into the fingers and the toes. Maybe taking the tip of each finger one at a time to the thumb tip. And then eventually making fists and curling the toes. And then expanding and extending. A couple more times. Feel free now to reach those arms up overhead and maybe extend the legs a little bit straighter as you take a full body stretch. Relaxing. And then either remaining lying down, if you like, and coming out of this practice whenever you like, or you can come to a seated position for a moment. And possibly taking your hands one on top of the other over the heart. And for a moment, coming back to that mantra, so hum, and remembering the feeling and the practice of inhaling the sound so, exhaling the sound hum, and the meaning behind it. I am that. That being pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure love. That which is unaffected by thoughts and ideas and beliefs. That is the mantra that you can use to remind yourself that underneath all of the noise, that is what exists. And that is who you are, and an energy and an experience you can tap into simply by consciously taking yourself there, giving yourself space, time to breathe, connect, and remind yourself of what's underneath all of the physical experience of your existence, which is also beautiful. But sometimes we forget that we are so much more. And that we are boundless and peaceful. I invite you to do this practice often and notice shifts and changes that happen in your life. Simply by giving yourself the time to really calm the nervous system. It's like medicine. It is medicine. And I will leave you now to return to this practice as often as you like. And I'm sure you heard little doggy noises in the background. Pickles sends his love to you all as well. Happy holidays.